Hi, everyone. It's Miss Akbari in the library. I wanted to talk with you about the book Top Prospect by Paul Volpone. This is a book that's in our sports and adventure section, as you might have guessed from looking at the cover. This is a book about football. And I wanted to read just a very little bit of the book before I tell you a little bit more about it. So this is the prologue. The prologue a lot of times is sort of like an introduction. And this is our main character speaking. If you ask me what I love most, the answer would be football, hands down. Not the whole game, the running, the blocking, and tackling parts. Those things are all right. I'm talking about playing quarterback, calling the play in the huddle, and then leading a team up to the line of scrimmage. It feels like the entire world is hanging on my voice. And when hut, hut springs from my vocal cords, 22 football players start flying in every direction. Sometimes the play's moving in fast forward, difficult to see. Other times, when I'm in the zone, the game moves in slow motion. That's when everything comes easy and natural. Don't get me wrong, there's pressure in playing quarterback too. Lots of it. Pressure to read the defense, for a dozen disguised blitzes, to find the hot receiver, and to deliver a tight spiral pass into the smallest of windows. Never mind the pressure to win, whether that comes from inside myself or from other people. The center snaps me the ball, and I feel for the leather laces, getting the best grip possible. Then I take my 3-step drop with a protective pocket of offensive linemen forming around me. Sometimes I don't see an open receiver. A clock ticks down inside my head. It's a warning that I can't hold on to the football forever, not without getting sacked. As the defense closes in and the pocket begins to collapse, I feel myself getting smaller, shrinking inside my shoulder pads. But I scramble for a seam or hole to escape through to keep that precious play alive. Even when a defensive lineman, as big as a house, blocks out the sun in front of me, I wouldn't trade playing my position for anything. Because after I take that hit, as long as I get back on my feet, I'm still the quarterback. So I love the way that book starts. I love the way the author really puts us in the mood, the feeling of what it's like to play quarterback. And as a football fan myself, I've never played much football, but I definitely have watched a lot of football. And the way he describes kind of that action sequence that a quarterback is taking on almost every snap was really fascinating to me. And the main character who is speaking, who loves playing quarterback, his name is Travis. And Travis is heading into 8th grade. Travis and his older brother Carter have been playing football their entire lives. In fact, his older brother Carter is so good, he just got offered a college scholarship to go play football at the nearby Gainesville University. And what's even more exciting for Travis, he's certainly proud of his brother, but what was really exciting is when his older brother Carter was being recruited, the coach for the university came to their house and saw Travis just kind of horsing around playing a little bit of pickup football with his friends in the backyard, and pulled him aside as well and told him that if he stays with football for the next few years, he will guarantee a scholarship for Travis as well. And that's crazy. So like Division I schools, college level playing scholarships are really hard to come by. That's not something that most athletes get a chance at. And so to be offered that opportunity as a middle school student is wild. And in fact, the coach sets Travis up like this makes news. People know suddenly Travis is kind of famous. And he gets his own Twitter account sponsored by the university. So he gets to tweet out things about how his games are going. And that's a lot of pressure all of a sudden on someone who's in 8th grade. Not to mention the fact that the other teams that play him in his season are really gunning for him, because if a player is pretty well known, if you're the team that can take him down, or if you're the player that can sack that quarterback, that looks good for you as well, right? So Travis has that going on. The other thing he's dealing with is he and his brother are feeling the effects of their parents' divorce. And so his dad has moved away, lives on the opposite end of the country now. And while his dad kind of talks a good game about trying to get together and stay in touch, he hasn't really done anything about it. So Travis and his older brother are feeling pretty left out. So there's a lot of great things about this book. Number one, the football is really, really good. The author has really taken the time to kind of make the game come to life as you read. The situation that Travis is going through is really interesting. I don't know that a whole lot of middle school students are under that kind of pressure. And so it's really interesting to read that. And then the family dynamics are also just something that a lot of us can probably relate to. So if you like football, if you like sports books, if you are interested in what it takes to achieve at a college level, all of those might be good reasons to read this book.